What up? What up? What up? What up? We are back and we are live from the D. Boot up. Let's go. Oh, and he is here. Coach Rowe in the building. We live. We're going to be with y'all for this first half. Lions, Rams. Let's get it. I've been saying since I got here, Lions not trash.
You have
not trash, not trash.
And let me grab something real quick, audience.
Oh man, please. Okay, Coach Rowe gonna grab something. Yeah, we live in the D. I don't know if it ain't been a playoff game in the D in I think 30 years or something. They said I don't know.
It's a little chilly in here, so let me put on my original Lions starter jacket for festivities. Let's go.
Oh, you a little chilly. You a little chilly, huh? Okay. Okay.
The original. I had to
hold on. Let me get them to.
This is the original boy.
Let me come down for a second so you get the whole screen. Show up.
Yeah. Let me show y'all the vintage Lions gear here. Yeah. You see me?
Yeah, I see you. I'm glad they got a thicker looking lion than that, man. That lion looked hungry on your jacket, man. Shit. Woo! They got something beastie like that one behind me right there. Listen, so proud of the city. So proud of the city.
And what better welcome than to have,
happy to be hosting, happy to be getting this thing on.
Have one of the ambassadors of Detroit, Eminem, do a nice intro for the team. Hey, there's another first down, so let's go. Audience, let me tell you this. There has not been a game that I wanted to win more than this one. So contrary to Coach Burston, I am not a fair weather Lions fan. I've been very consistent on the show. Look back and look at the tapes. I said I always root for the Lions to win. I've had years of traumatization from the Lions of being very bad. And that's why I react the way I do, to where it's never enough. So, yeah, I will agree. Sess has been saying from day one, Lions aren't trash. And they were 8-2. She said the Lions aren't trash. And what did I say, Sess? I'm not going to say anything. Get to the playoffs. And then I added to it and doubled down and said, give me a playoff win.
I have Lions in the playoffs.
So, look, here's the thing. So, if people want to say, and I'm saying people, meaning in general, not anybody personally here, that I'm fair weather, that's your problem. I know I'm not fair weather. I've been consistent with saying that I've been traumatized. And now, until they win this game, I'm still in the same space that I'm at. I'm very happy, but I'm not, jumping out the window until this game. Now, the icing on the cake is that they're able to play against a quarterback that I never liked when he was here. Didn't care that he won a Super Bowl. And, yes, I want to hear boos when he touches the ball. They showed in the pregame that he was greeted by Calvin Johnson. I don't know how genuine that hug was, but the commentator specifically mentioned when they came out that they heard boos when Matthew Stafford came out, even in his jogging suit.
3-1-3, all grit, let's go.
Huh?
I said 3-1-3, all grit, let's go.
Look at them. They're marching down the field right now.
Well, Coach, I mean, don't you think that's the type of first series that they want to have? They want to come out,
absolutely,
especially at home. They want to come out and dominate.
Absolutely, set the tone, score, because one thing about from here on out, I'm not going to use the other quarterback's name. I'll refer to him as him.
Come on, Coach. Or, come on.
I'll refer to him as him. Or Baby Bobby Lane. What do we want to call him? What's his number?
Let's go, Lions. Stand up.
What's his number? Is he number 10? That other quarterback on the opposing team?
Come on, don't do that.
I'm asking.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Coach.
9?
Is he 9?
Hey, that's a nice hat you got on there, Bob.
You talking about Stafford? Come on, don't do that.
The other quarterback?
His name is Matthew Stafford.
Now, Golf, make a statement. You run it in. You running in, Goff. Let's go.
No, let's not go being who we ain't been. Now let's just get it done. You want Goff to make the state.
That's right.
Why? Why are you asking that of him?
And again, I've been very consistent. To me, it's the lesser of two evils. I'm not a huge Goff fan either.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford is number 9.
So number 9, okay. So I can refer to him as number 9.
Coach, it's not that. It's not like that.
So, you know. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, being totally transparent, I'm not head over heels about Jared Goff.
I get that. But you know who I want to see what Hutch does. I'm really interested to see what Hutchinson does. I want to see what this Detroit defense do. Ooh, that blue look good.
Yeah,
Detroit, stand up.
Right, Ron is back.
Detroit, stand up.
And you scream, touchdown!
Man.
Ron is back to the hoop, and you scream, touchdown!
Come on. You are hyped for the Lions, okay?
I am hyped for the Lions. Off the heels of that other contest.
Hey, listen. I can't wait to watch the aftermath of that. I didn't get a chance to watch any of the post game press conferences, but I do want to hear what they had to say about that performance that they gave down there in Dallas. Man, wow! I mean,
please tell me you saw that text I sent you from Stephen A.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, Stephen A. was clowning on the. He was clowning.
Hold on,
Come on, man. Come on, man. He clowning.
Bruh.
Hey man, is that your fight song?
Yeah.
Oh wow. 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 Okay. You took me back right there. Okay. Yeah, introduce me. I don't know. I didn't know that.
Field.
Wow. Okay. Okay. We're gonna take it from there, man.
And that gentleman hangs out at Allen Park. I forgot the local establishment. He's still the same voice that does that. He sings it after every touchdown live on the field. And he hangs out with the fans at the local watering hole in Allen Park.
I did not notice that when I was at the Lions game.
Yeah. Well, they didn't score that much.
No. I'm gonna tell you the game I was at.
Okay.
I was at it was like a home opener against the Niners.
I was at that game. You talking about the infamous ball hitting the upright?
It went to overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game I was at.
I was at that game.
They scored. That's what I'm saying. They scored, but I probably was having such a good time. I ain't noticed him singing and shit there, all that. But
after every touchdown, he sings that, and it's live.
Ah, man, I didn't pay no attention to him. The next time I'm at Ford Field, I'll have to check that out. I had a good time at Ford Field too. A nice facility. I was impressed. So I've been to Ford Field. Been to I made it to the Palace at Auburn Hills before it got knocked down. I've been down to Little Caesars Arena. I have not made it to Tiger Stadium yet. I haven't made it there.
Oh, we got to make that happen. Absolutely.
I have to check it out.
Tiger Stadium did it right. And you know what?
Check that facility out.
One thing I can say about the Detroit facilities, and I will say this, I'm not a big fan of Little Caesars Arena for basketball. It reeks hockey to me. It was made for the Red Wings. And it's like, oh, by the way, you have a basketball team. But Comerica Park, all of the Detroit establishments, they feed you right.
And I called it Tiger Stadium. It is Comerica Park. I'm tripping. Sorry, y'all. It used to be old Tiger Stadium got knocked down too. I went by that location. Hey, okay. So now we're gonna see what this defense does.
This is the backbone right here. If they can,
yeah. This is definitely gonna tell us kind of where we stand. I want to see how Stafford comes out.
Great call.
Because like they said, they made the point that like Stafford is probably actually more comfortable in this stadium than Goff because they said he played in there so long. Like he knows the spots, he knows the different pockets, I don't know how much that stuff matters, but Just
I think it does.
His level of comfort with the field and the facilities.
Yeah,
but I think that Goff's done a good job of just making it his house.
Right. I did some research on the actual Ford Field, and other players around the league rave about Ford Field because if the audience didn't know, that field is made off of retreaded, reused tires. So they said it's extremely soft on the joints of the field. So even players that visit, they love Ford Field. That is not turf. It's like a special turf made off of like old tires that they drill it. So it's way softer than a regular
As
turf
I like
on
to
the
say,
field.
Only in the D. Only in the Motor City does that happen. Got the.
I mean, if you notice,
use tires. I have never heard that.
Yeah, if you notice, the wide receivers, the speed, the what do you call it, specialty positions, those that they have great days in Ford Field. Because it's a fast field. You don't see a lot of what do you call it? Non-contact injuries on that field, like regular fields. You don't see that on Ford Field. But I've always said from day one, and again, I've been considered called erratic on several occasions. I don't care. If I'm the Lions, if I'm the owner, I'm going to have the retractable dome similar to the Cowboys. When teams come and play me anytime after October, you are going to have to fight against the elements. And that's going to get me easily 3-4 more wins a season.
I knew they was going to throw that flag. Damn it.
Yeah, he didn't even go for the ball.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to be able to have those strategic moves that you can make against.
Absolutely.
To counter your competition.
I mean, think about it. It's November and you got Carolina coming. I'm opening the roof. They're not going to deal with that cold. I got Miami coming in October. I'm opening the roof.
Yeah, I can see it being. I can see it. But if your team isn't playing in the cold, like in the elements like that, is it really that much of a? Well, I guess they could practice all.
That's true. No, you're right. That's a good point. They can only turn up the AC or open it up and practice in there.
But question: with Goff and Stafford kind of swapping places, do you think that the offenses have pretty much stayed the same? Like, will they be able to inform, the enemy? I guess in a way. Well. New teams?
No, the Lions are totally revamped. I don't think number 9 has any insight on what the Lions are doing.
Okay. And
there's been too many changes.
You say the same thing for Goff too?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Only thing about that is I think that see, that's a good question, Seth. I'm going to say Goff has more insight because he knows that coach, the coach and quarterback. So he knows what the
tendencies, what he likes to call, what he would call.
Yeah, exactly. He knows, yeah. But I think advantage Lions on that because Stafford has no idea. I mean, his best weapon, who he forced to retire, hugged him when he came out in the field. Calvin Johnson not suited up, so
you had to get that in there too.
Forced him to
retire.
I'm just saying.
Forced him to retire. You had to get it in. All right. I did not pay attention. So I forgot to check. Is Laporta playing?
That's a good question. I didn't see anything about him playing. I didn't see him on that first drive either.
I don't remember seeing him either.
Yeah, that he's not.
I don't like the way the Rams are moving.
I was gonna say the same about the Lions. They still letting them kind of methodically go down the field.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't like the way they kind of are able to kind of just stop. Manny got them rolling. I was expecting the defense to stiff it up a little bit, but
I think that penalty kind of took some of the air out the building. That stop would have been big.
Yeah,
I will say thank you.
No looker though.
I will say though, thank you very much to the Green Bay Packers because I'm sure that fueled the Lions to come out and not play. Oh no! See, this is what I don't want.
He got him rolling.
I don't want a shootout with the Rams. I think that's disadvantaged Lions.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. That's why I was thinking that the defense was stiffing up. That's what I was expecting. I was wanting to see Hutch come out and get a big play on defense to just kind of set the tone. and I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the defense set the tone for how they're going to play this game yet. So
exactly.
That's what I'm watching for. With that tone set and play.
Right. They definitely they blitzed 3 times so far, and they threw the little screen pass as a counter. So let's see if they do it again.
And I want to make sure the defense knows that Matt Stafford, he ain't got no red shirt on out there. Blast his ass. Hit him. Yeah, he's not the quarterback. He ain't practicing. He ain't the quarterback today.
Well, so come on, y'all. You can't afford this.
Come on.
We don't need this right now. Come on, man.
Don't start that energy.
Yeah, don't. I saw him grab on it.
Everybody just a little anxious. Everybody a little anxious. Let them settle. Come
on, man. You gotta play this up here. That's not helping us right now.
Let them settle, coach.
Right here. This was unnecessary.
Of course it was. But if you were gonna get it in right now, so that we could say, hey, that's unnecessary, and we won't have to worry about that towards the end of the game.
Could the refs have kind of let that ride though?
They could have, but they try to set a tone too. 3-1-3 grit. Let's see some. Y'all want to see this defense? Gotta hold them to nothing or 3.
Gotta
hold them to nothing or 3.
I don't like. I want to hold them to nothing.
I mean, I would love to see nothing. I would love to see nothing as well.
Well, we know number 9 is prone for turnovers in the red zone, so
maybe he'll forget he's a Ram and throw it to a Lion shirt. You think? Damn, forgot I left that team.
See, I don't like. See, here come Cooper Kupp. He going to Cooper Kupp.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's who he was looking for. See, I don't like the one-on-one matchups that Kupp is getting. That may be a problem down the line.
So, would you say that the arrival of Puka Nacua gives Cooper Kupp a little bit more?
Absolutely, it does. I mean, for a minute, the other young man, I don't want to mispronounce his name. He was carrying the load for him.
Who you talking about, Puka Nacua?
Yeah, he was carrying the load from Hawaii, right?
Yeah, man, you're going to work on it. You can't say Louisville. You can't say Puka Nacua. We're going to work on these things, Coach. You gotta.
Give me that. Oh, who dropped it? Come on. I needed that. Who dropped it?
Nearly. It was nearly. It's a good play, though.
Oh, did he just fuss at the coach? Number 9?
Well, it could be a little testy down there, man.
Number 9, like he had something to say to the coach, like.
Little testy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Detroit, stand up.
Yeah, they both was on that. That's what happened.
Yeah, everybody's got a nose for the ball right now. Detroit, stand up. Held them to 3. Just march right back down. And this is right now. This is the crucial time for me. This is when I need to see Jared Goff come in and take him straight back down the field to 7.
Absolutely.
Straight back down the field to 7.
Absolutely. Like, hey, match this. You got to match this for the rest of the game.
Because the first series happened so quickly. I wasn't sure if we handling Aaron Donald. Was it too early to see if he was getting involved or?
They definitely.
I mean, let's not forget that he can have a big game at any time.
Right.
Any time. He doesn't. His name doesn't ring out like it used to, and I guess people forget about him. But he's still a hell of a talent, and he can change a game.
Yeah, well, they just spotlighted Hutchinson. I think they're doing the same thing to him. They had 2 people on him for sure. It's a little game of chess right now.
There's no way that you don't double Donaldson.
Right, and they're running away from him. They're not running towards him right now. They know where Donaldson is. They know where he is.
You better. If not, Jared will be in the huddle. Giving you some choice words. Make sure you know where he's at the next time.
Exactly, but one thing, the mental mistakes like you said, calm down. We don't need those penalties, those emotional penalties, man. Play the game.
But you said the key word, emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional. The attitude reflects the leadership. Dan Campbell is probably one of the most emotional coaches in pro football, and I love that about him.
Yeah,
I love that about him. He gonna laugh, cry, punch a wall.
You're right.
He's gonna live it all out right in front of everybody.
And you're right. And you know what? It's almost like he embraces that. He allows that from his team. Like, look, I'll take an emotional lapse over something technical any day.
So, well, let's stay on coaches. Do you respect McVay as the genius that they talk about him as?
I'm going to say yes, just because I almost went on a tangent the way they started the season. But then his schemes and his genius started showing up. Because I don't know about you, but I counted the Rams out. I was like, the Rams they're not going to do anything. I'm like, they're barely keeping above water, and all of a sudden they started putting it together, and that had to be. They had a lot of injuries too, and he found ways to win like 1 out of 3 games, 2 out of 3 games or something, like right when they needed it.
So, I definitely didn't see him winning 5 in a row to get it done.
Yeah,
I definitely didn't see that. So, but at the same time, they're not that far removed from being a Super Bowl champion either, right? Yeah. It's not a whole lot of players on the team left that won that Super Bowl, but that pedigree and that attitude is still in that building and in that organization, right? And when the people that are still associated with the team are the defensive and offensive leaders of the team, then that it's easier, you know what I'm saying, to have that permeate through the team and to keep everybody calm and just say, hey, and as Aaron Rodgers would say, relax, right? And let's just see what happens. And we've been here before. So I think Sean McVay and Aaron and Matt, they did a good job of that, guiding this team to 5 straight wins to even be right here. So respecting them for that. So
well, I guess the only thing I would add to that is this. I agree with everything you said, but I think that 2 years ago they were a defensive team. So that's why I have to give him some credit, because like you said, they were finding ways to win those 5 in a row. It was offense. It wasn't the defense. When they won the Super Bowl, it was because of the defense. So I'm impressed because I don't even know. Like, I don't want to disrespect them. The Rams right now.
I'm gonna put an asterisk on what you just said about them being a defensive team in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna put an asterisk there because I feel like the game looks different if OBJ doesn't get hurt, because he was having his way. I felt like OBJ was on his way to being Super Bowl MVP if he doesn't catch that knee injury.
Yeah, that game, but even that season, he was number 9 was a game manager. He wasn't flying off the charts with stats when they won the Super Bowl. Their defense was like, because remember, that's the year when the Niners had a beast of a defense. Who else was in the South? Arizona had a little bit of beast of a defense. Like, it was like they were beating each other up. Like, that was a real, like, gauntlet of a schedule. It reminded me a lot of the what's the division with Pittsburgh and the Ravens and Cleveland? What is that? The AFC?
Oh, that's AFC what?
North maybe? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it reminded me of them. Remember, every game, every division game in their division when the Rams won the Super Bowl, it was a good game.
I mean, yeah, and Aaron Donald was defensive player. Was he defensive player of the year that year?
Yeah.
So they were doing their thing. Another flag.
Cut back.
But just in that Super Bowl, I don't know that. I felt like there was some more offense that could have been there if OBJ had.
No, I agree. I agree.
He was taking it in a different place.
Yeah, I felt bad for OBJ because he had finally found a home he came out, and you're absolutely right. They had no answer for him.
But here's the thing. Now you say he had finally found a home, and up until then, OBJ was saying probably had been the best team that he had played on. But now, fast forward to where we're at now, and OBJ is very happy in Baltimore. It seems like so. Everything happens for a reason, and maybe Baltimore is where he was supposed to be.
I think the Rams gave up on him when he was hurt, and they have, like, I would say one thing about the Rams, they have a talent pipeline for wide receivers that's never on anybody's radar. Woo! Good catch, boy. Give him a block.
Why do you think? So you say you like the wide receiver core for the Rams?
No, I don't like them. I'm just saying I think they have a talent pipeline. Like, they're always, I mean, how many times, just like the young man, and I don't want to keep messing his name up, but I didn't hear anything about him.
Hey, man, we supposed to talk till halftime about this. Say this man's name. Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, man. Now I'm gonna let you call that. I'm gonna let you get away with number 9. But Puka, come on, man.
So Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rod is back to the hoop, and you scream, hey, touchdown!
Touchdown, straight down the field and prove it again. Hey. Hey, man. Okay. Cut that. I don't want no copyright issues. We don't want no copyright issues. We don't mean nobody no harm. The coach just get excited. Now,
big run.
Now hold them to 3-0, and then we talking about something here. Then we really cooking.
Yeah.
Then we really cooking. Okay. Detroit, stand up. 3-1-3 grit. Did you see my man's on Fox News? On Fox 2 News with the championship belt, with the Lions championship belt. Hey, he was hype. He had me ready for the game. I was like, damn, I wish the game was the day he had me hype. I wish I remembered his name. He was like, boot up. Detroit, boot up.
Most of the time, I look and I say, here's a grown man with a belt, and I would maybe say something slick. I had to leave him alone. He was having so much fun.
Plus, his belt was nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to even mess with him.
His belt was very, very well put together, but he was a real Lions fan. Like, that's the joy and the fun that sports bring, right? That makes this is the reason why I love sports. This is, stuff people get together for.
Stuff pops up on our timeline, and we just have to just bring.
Come on, bring it up.
Did you see Ryan Shazier? What happened with him?
No, come on, talk to me.
Former NFL linebacker Ryan Shazier files for divorce from his wife after cheating accusations. So this is the young man, if you all recall, the linebacker that almost lost his mobility on the field. He walked out during the draft with the help of his wife and a cane to announce the first-round pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to say, 3 years ago?
Okay,
there was a rally to keep him on the payroll. I think he stayed on the roster for about 2 years, I think. But then I read another story saying that it was Ryan Shazier that was cheating and his wife filed for divorce. So I don't know if there's conflicting stories, but it was just pretty interesting to randomly pop up on my timeline that Ryan Shazier files for divorce. But then the next article talked about, and this article is weird. It's like it shows him filing for divorce, but it shows allegations against him. Like inappropriate.
Some of that stuff be like clickbait and stuff. It's like, hey man, you got to be careful what you're clicking on nowadays. You can't tell.
Yeah.
And then they set you up, and it's like you got to take it.
I thought that originally, but when I saw it on TMZ.
Oh, listen, TMZ is like the new Jet magazine. If it's on TMZ, it happens.
And Daily Mail all have articles on it.
All you got to do is hit TMZ for me. If it hit TMZ, it's what it is.
So, okay, here it is. Okay, here's what the Daily Mail mentioned. He filed after his wife painted him as a liar and a cheater while accusing him of having an affair with an Ohio sports writer. So, sounds like she put out some tweets or text messages or communications blasted him out into the social universe. He saw him and said, "Oh, that's what you're doing? I'm out of here."
Listen, it's hard to be in a relationship in the social media world, in the social media era, I guess.
Okay, gentlemen, don't vilify me, gentlemen. Let me just I have to get this out. You were almost paralyzed. There was uncertainty if you were going to get your money, and I recall on several interviews and news reports that your wife.
Oh, did he fall down his own self by his own self? Oh.
Your wife was right there with you. So, yeah, another time, another segment.
Oh, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We're gonna take a deep dive on that because I don't want to. I want to make sure the facts are straight. But show that play again. Did he fall down by himself?
Yeah, he did. He did. I just showed it. He did.
By his own
That's
self.
what number. Don't make that face number 9.
That's what I thought happened. He fell down by his own self. Okay.
And it's not a surprise.
Boy. It's a big third down coming up right here for the Lions. You get this stop. Agree. You get this stop right here and go back and score. You starting to get yourself a nice little cushion here early in the game.
Yeah, giving the Lions 3 for 3 touchdowns.
Oh, there's my favorite, Aiden. There's old Aiden. Come on, Hutch, make a play.
And he asked for the crowd to make some noise.
Oh, yeah. So, if the Lions win this game, do they continue to host at home, or does it depend who wins next?
It depends on who wins.
Or who they play.
Because Green Bay has to go to. He converted it.
Yeah, he did. He got it in there.
Green Bay has to go to San Francisco. So.
Ooh, that's a long flight. That should be a fun game. That's gonna be a fun game.
So the Lions can only if that lower seed wins. And I don't know who that team is. We couldn't see. Who would they play?
Do you expect Green Bay would you expect Green Bay to play at San Francisco too?
Yes. I do. I expect them to play them tough because you mentioned something earlier about Love. You said Love is kind of like found his stride. I think Love is this is his coming out party.
Oh, this is his. I know I belong. Yeah. I belong here.
Yeah, Love is putting people on notice. And I'm going to tell you this. I have more confidence in him than Purdy.
Than Purdy, really?
Yeah. We saw what just happened when Purdy was up against Lamar Jackson. And I think Lamar Jackson was upset when he heard the buzz about Purdy should be MVP. And I think he fired his team up and said, watch this. And they put an absolute beat down. Purdy looked confused. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing. And one thing about it's LaFleur, pronounce his name correctly, head coach of
LaFleur. Okay.
LaFleur. He's great at planning for quarterbacks. I think that he's going to give Purdy some different looks, and he has the linebackers to kind of really disrupt some stuff. That's one thing that I kind of envied about the Packers for years. They always found great linebackers, and if you notice, look across the league, not a lot of teams with good defensive backs like that are like interchangeable, so to speak. He'll put a big corner on the corner blitz. He'll put a big corner back in coverage. He'll have the middle linebacker coverage. I mean, he does a lot with his linebacking core. So
I'm really interested in the coaching matchup, Matt versus Kyle, right? Because they're off the same coaching tree, right? So they know each other very well. Yeah, they worked together, I think, back in Houston. Yeah. So that's gonna be a fun matchup.
I think that Green Bay goes into that game saying, okay, McCaffrey, you're going to have to rush for over 200-something yards and be a primary receiver because we're taking everything else away. If you make Purdy...
Who's more confident in their quarterback, Kyle or Matt?
Well, I would have to say Kyle based off of who he chose Purdy over. I mean, he let Trey Lance go, and who else? It was a couple other quarterbacks, and even when Purdy was hurt, he waited on him because I was like,
"Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
who?
that. Don't do that.
What?
He should have kept Garoppolo over Purdy.
No. I'm just saying like your initial question was why? I'm just saying like his decision making was without hesitation. He was like,
you said he kept Purdy over what?
No, I get it. That's a fair point. I mean, that's a fair point.
Garoppolo, I mean, that's nothing. That's nothing. That takes nothing away from Garoppolo. But I think I just feel like Jimmy's career went off track when he got separated from Bill, and so I just wonder if Bill had got an opportunity to work with Garoppolo like he wanted, what that would have looked like.
Well, we didn't find out because Tom Brady went to his office and said, "Him or me, make a choice." Wait, what just happened? I thought.
Yeah.
The Lions turned the ball over?
Him or me.
Did the Lions turn the ball over? What happened?
I don't know. You made me miss it.
Wow.
It's 3rd and 1 on my TV right now. I may be
but I thought the Lions just had the ball. Oh no, he converted. That's right.
Jared is waiting on his time to get back out there. So at the middle of the field. That's the one you didn't want. That's the one you didn't want right there. That's what you didn't want. Nice. And that was nice. I can't even front. That was nice. Coach, you can't get quiet over there.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how does that happen.
How does Puka Nacua get open?
Yeah, I mean, it's 3rd and 1. They're not in a run offense. Look at number 1. He's confused. Look right here. He's confused.
And he wasn't sure. And then when Puka Nacua made his move,
it was that Sutton. Sutton, what are you doing?
It's a football game now.
It is. Yeah, that was. Oh man,
it's a football game now.
Yeah, that's the last thing you wanted to happen.
Definitely the last thing you wanted to happen, but it's happened now. And Dan Campbell's job right now is to make sure that it doesn't happen anymore this game.
Well, and that's I have to give credit to number 9 on that one. He knows
that was a nice throw.
He looked at Sutton and said, "We got one, coach." Because that move,
that was a nice play.
Sutton looked confused. Did you see Sutton kind of on the line point, like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?"
It was the stutter step for me. Like, am I going left or right?
Yeah, he spent them. He spent them around.
That was like, okay, he not for sure. Okay, but we didn't expect him to come in here and not score.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't like the shootout mentality that's going on right now. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that at all.
You say you're not comfortable with that at all?
No. That favors.
Because now I'm gonna tell you why I'm okay with it. Because when we just look back at it, it was a busted play. It wasn't like somebody was overmatched or not gonna be able to cover for the rest of the game. Just like you need to be clear when you leave out of the huddle, which way we're going. Yeah. So
yeah.
I take that. They're supposed to score. They're supposed to score. But I'm looking at these articles here, and it's like they're saying that Matt LaFleur is really separating himself from Sean McVay. Okay. When you look at them, so I guess Shanahan, McVay, and LaFleur all came off the same coaching tree. Is that right?
Shanahan, who was that again?
Shanahan, LaFleur, and McVay.
Oh, yeah.
So if you look at them 3, how would you rank them?
You have to put McVay first. He has a championship. And then okay. I will go with Shanahan and then LaFleur.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought that up because LaFleur definitely is keeping tally of that, and he knows a win over Shanahan inches him closer to being, like, hey, okay, I'm the coach now. So I think that game will be way closer than it should be. Do I think Green Bay can beat them? Anything can happen in football. But if I had to pick, I say the Niners and a nail biter. It'll be much closer than we think it would be. That's what I'm calling on that.
Really?
Yeah. It's almost like when you pull off a major upset like what Green Bay did today, it kind of the other team is like, okay, we have to be ready.
I expect the 49ers to come out and blow whoever they play out because they took that loss from the Rams at the end of the season. Right? So I expect that they're going to want to come back and get back in their winning ways. And I know that they had set some starters and all of that, but still, I don't think that they expected to lose to the Rams.
Well,
even sitting the players that they set for that game.
But I think the opposite based off of what you started this conversation with. I don't see LaFleur going in there and getting blown out. I just don't see that. I can't see them getting blown out. He has too many different looks, and their team is so young. He has some different things that he can do. The bonus today, when they put that absolute beat down on the Cowboys today, is that the defense jumped on them right away. I don't think they're going to do that to the Niners. Defense won't jump on the Niners like that.
They might not, but I'm thinking about the Niners defense and the addition of Chase Young. This is something that we haven't seen in the playoffs from the Niners. And I just expect Nick Bosa and Chase Young to be turned up. I expect them to be turned up.
Yeah.
And trying to meet in the middle every time the ball snap. You understand?
That could be the closest thing we've seen to a Pepper Johnson and what's his name? Lawrence Taylor. I mean, it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be you right. Yeah, you make a good point. You got a young quarterback with those absolute juggernauts on the defensive side of the ball.
Real
both.
Like real juggernauts. Like, not to be slept on. Like, not to be slept on. I thought my eyebrows went up. I said, I don't know. They may be making a mistake letting Chase get to San Francisco. They may be, I know a lot of people have wrote him off, but he's always been one of my favorite young players.
How could they write off Chase? He's just getting started. I think Michael Parsons came out and people kind of was like, Chase who? Because he came out so strong. But Chase Young is the truth.
Not only that, and then Chase has some injuries.
Yeah.
Chase has some injuries.
Whoa. How's that not a penalty?
Let's go 3rd and 5. Let's get it. Okay, and see, that's what I want. 3rd and 5. It could have been a penalty. We're not gonna hang our heads. We're gonna go to work.
Ivan Rav, you ready to play?
Listen, he's a hard-headed and lunch pail kind of guy.
Yeah, he reminds me of Steve Smith. Don't he remind you of Steve Smith that played for Carolina all them years and went to Baltimore?
Senior. You talking about old Senior?
Yeah,
Senior. Yes,
that's what he remind me of. He got a little bit of what's the name in him too. What was his name for Pittsburgh? Hines Ward.
Huh? You like Hines, huh?
A little bit. Woo!
I gotta keep this thing rolling, man. Gotta keep this thing rolling. Gotta keep this here thing rolling.
So After this, after they get whatever points right here, whether it be 3 or 7, watch Aaron Glenn start using 3 to rush. He's gonna drop back more. He's gonna try to, he's gonna try to confuse Stafford because right now, blitzing is the Rams line is picking up on all that. They can't get to Stafford like that. So drop back. Now, the only problem with that is you leaving yourself open with the middle of the field, one miss, and it could be a problem. But watch. Aaron Glenn is a master at making adjustments after somebody score on him. So I want to see what he's going to do. Oh, Aaron Donald in the neutral zone. He getting anxious. 83 pressures. Good grief.
The last thing, I wanted to say one more thing, though, too, about the Niners defense. I just wanted to make this point about Chase and Nick. Like, nobody really talked about the fact that was like a reunion. Right? Didn't them boys play together in college?
Did they?
Whew, let's look it up. I think
Ohio State?
I don't know. Let's check. Let's see. Bosa and Young were standout defensive linemen for Ohio State Buckeyes during their college days.
Yeah, okay.
They combined for 12 sacks in 2017 and 14 and a half in 2018 as teammates. So it's just a chemistry there. I was really surprised.
I think they won that year, right?
And I think one of those years, 17 or 18, I think they won one. I think that'll be really helpful for them going deep into the playoffs, and that's something that Nick didn't have in years past. So
yeah, you're right. They got a chemistry that nobody even knows. Sometimes they even talking about. Sometimes like I'm gonna do.
Hey man, let's do some old school stuff from Ohio State just because we can. Nobody knows,
No, hey, one of my favorite movies. Remember the time? Left side, strong side.
Oh yeah, man. They gonna get in the huddle and be like, red team go, just like that, man.
Left side, strong side.
Oh man, it took them a minute to get that left side, strong side together. But once they got it clicking, boy, wasn't it a problem.
It was.
Boy, Laporta's out there.
But has he gotten the ball, or is he out there as a decoy?
He's out there. He's out there. Even as a decoy, I don't know.
You got to go to Dan. Don't do this. Go for 3, Dan.
Dan, go for it, Dan.
Dan,
go for it, Dan. Go for it, Dan.
Go for it, Dan. Playoffs, Dan.
Man, go for it, Dan.
Okay,
go for it, Dan. We at the crib. Go for it, Dan. We at the crib, man. Go for it. We can't beat nobody. We can't beat nobody but who we been.
They giving you 3 points, Dan.
We can't beat nobody but who we been. Go get it, Dan. Let's go. I said go get it. I told you. Let's go. Let's go. I told you.
Okay. Told you. All right. You right, Seth.
Man, you can't never be nobody but who you are. That's who you are. Right. Go get it.
All right, Seth. Okay.
Uh-oh. Now I wonder. Now, if you're the Rams, are you at a point now where everybody kind of looking at each other in the huddle
Absolutely.
now?
Absolutely. They like this for real. They scored 3 times down the field. Give me that.
Everybody, they checking in with each other. They want to know who fault it is, who did what.
Speaking of checking in, can anybody that may be tuning in check on Coach Burston?
Stop that. Coach Burston is fine, man. Coach Burston is cool.
A little concerned.
Coach Burston is fine. Leave Coach Burston alone. He all right, man. Coach is fine. Coach is fine. He's on West Coast time right now. But the coach is fine.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh man. So we got some so we are about 11 days. So we're 11 days away from that big showdown. LSU SC. I can't wait. No, 11 days showdown.
Kudos to Auburn. Okay. Kudos to Auburn. You and I were kind of watching that game, texting back and forth, but This could go real bad for LSU based off of what I've watched their last 3 games. Last 2 were way closer than they needed to be, and this one you finally played with fire and lost. But as I stated before, the way we watch the game is a little different from how other people may watch the game. And what I saw were the areas that you lacked are the absolute strength of the South Carolina Gamecocks. And let me say this. I need to check again on the rankings of the strengths and weaknesses. If I'm not mistaken, South Carolina improved in like 2 more areas. So as you stated, it's I don't know. It's
listen,
I'll say this. I'm about to give you some numbers for LSU to win that game. Angel Reese has to have a double-double, but I mean like 20 and 10. Michaela Williams, she's going to have to score 20 or more just based off of what I've been seeing. And then you throw Morrow in, Van Leith. And I didn't forget about Flo. I don't want to pronounce your name right. Flau'jae.
Flau'jae. I think it's Flau'jae.
I didn't forget about Flau'jae. So Flau'jae gonna have to give me 15 or more for them to compete with South Carolina. I mean, it's gonna be tough because it's gonna be tough.
Well, I'm excited to see it because I feel like South Carolina, we a young team. We a young team, and it's gonna be hostile. It's gonna be hostile in Louisiana when we get there.
Yeah,
this might be one of the biggest. This is gonna be the biggest test of the season, right? This is gonna be the one, and it's gonna start off. You know, it's gonna kick off the rest of the season and tournament time and how we, you know, fare and get ranked going into that. So,
and that's an interesting point you mentioned. Will LSU be a 1 seed in one of these regions? Because if I'm not mistaken, typically LSU and South Carolina are going to be on the same side.
Well, I expect South Carolina to come out as a 1.
Yeah.
I feel like Colorado may get a 1.
Yeah.
UCLA
is
going to get a 1.
And maybe
I don't know. Who?
UConn.
You think they're gonna come back? You know, North Carolina, I expect them to do something. It's gonna be interesting. Stanford, because we didn't mention Stanford. They're gonna be looking for a 1 seed too, but it's gonna be tough the 1 seed is gonna be tough to come back. We're gonna see how these things shake out. But I expect I expect it to be rocking in Louisiana. I expect it to be hostile.
Flag on what, Rev?
No, you can't touch him. Can't touch him.
So you know what? I'm sorry. We both just disrespected. We didn't mention Iowa or Baylor getting one.
I did say I said Iowa.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I disrespected them. So I
didn't mention Baylor though. But I don't know that I expect. I don't know that I expect them to get a 1.
Okay, here's the problem. You got Baylor at 4 and Colorado at 5. North Carolina State. Do I need to look at them again? Then you got LSU at 7. LSU is going to drop after this loss. Stanford's going to drop too.
Didn't NC State lose too?
I think they did because it says they dropped 3 spots already. Is this 2 in a row they lost?
No, I don't think so. That might be where they ended up after they lost.
Tech lost today too. Yeah, so you're right. It's going to be between Baylor, Colorado, and LSU for that 4th seeds. I think that South Carolina, UCLA, Iowa, I don't think they're going to move that much.
You don't think they're gonna move that much?
Yeah, I think those would be like the only chance of somebody, UCLA, because of their conference, they have more stiffer competition. I watched quite a few Big Ten games just to kind of see. I was thinking about, do we need to talk about anybody that could potentially beat Iowa? And I don't see anybody in the Big Ten. I thought it would be Indiana. I wasn't impressed at all with Indiana. I watched like 2 of their games. I watched Illinois. I watched Michigan. I mean, it's not much competition for Iowa.
Okay.
I think they'll take care of business over there, winning the regular season and the tournament titles. I think they'll get both.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA could very well win the regular season and lose in the tournament, but that has no bearing on seeding. No bearing at all.
So USC put that whooping on UCLA today.
Right.
How does that affect the standings? So UCLA should drop in too.
Yeah, UCLA will probably, because USC was 9. UCLA, they won't drop more than 2 spots, I don't think. Maybe 3.
Okay.
Because Colorado won. Colorado might jump up 1. Yeah, so Iowa, you know what? Iowa might be, you have to put Iowa up. Iowa's going to be number 2.
I just, when you're looking at it, like, a lot of teams lost. There's only a couple undefeated teams left in the nation now.
Yeah. See, okay, I don't like that look. Eric Glenn looked a little disheveled over there. I thought he would make an adjustment. Whatever adjustment he made, McVay made another one, and it didn't work.
Oh, listen, it's adjustment time now.
Yeah, they were just showing. Remember, we mentioned what is Aaron Glenn gonna do, and he looked a little. Oh. And he did the flip into the end zone.
And it swam on him. Sports is the best reality TV.
But you know what though? Let me see.
It's the best reality on TV. Hey man, listen. 2-9 get that ball, it's a different game. He made the play on the ball. He get that ball, it's a different game.
Well, but we just talked about, I just saw it. He did do the 3 rushing, which again leaves that soft spot, and that's exactly where the Rams attacked.
That was a nice play by Atwell. I can't front.
They attacked the middle of the field.
Woo! Hey man, you gotta love this game.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw.
You gotta love sports. You gotta just love sports. There's nothing like it, man. There's nothing better. There's no better reality show.
By the way, who won the KC game last night? I wasn't even paying attention. KC won?
Don't do that. Yeah, did they?
I mean, they put it on Peacock. I wasn't getting Peacock for that. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't understand. You could have did like a free trial.
I know.
But as these as the league start to take advantage of streaming and streaming rights, maybe we're gonna see more and more of that. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think we're seeing with the streaming services the same thing that happened when everybody was forced to go from regular television to having cable.
Well, I'm old school. And there's the one thing that I remember about sports is this: whether you had cable or not, American football was available to you on the weekends, even if you only had channels 2, 4, 5, and 7.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
All it took was a good old antenna for you to be able to see some good sports.
You're right, Seth. Yeah.
I do want to say this. Charles Barkley got on TV and was like, the nerve. He talked about the NFL like a dog. He said, oh, the nerve of y'all, greedy. You're only gonna make the game available on Peacock. How can you do that? People should be able to see it. And I'm sitting there the whole time thinking, Charles, can't nobody see you without cable? What do you mean? What are we talking about?
Well, I think there's a little bit of a difference because
what?
Like, but right now, it's almost like, aren't you a unicorn if you don't have a basic cable package right now? It's like seriously, how many people do you know that don't have the smallest package, which includes TBS, TNT?
I gave it away. I gave it up. I do not have cable anymore.
I'm asking the question as far as like how many people do you know that don't have the standard cable package? Remember what we just talked about? Remember people were forced to go from the antennas that went.
Listen, and I'm telling you, for most of the people that I am in contact with, most of those people are on streaming now. So you may think you may call I have YouTube Live TV.
Right.
So maybe you would consider that my cable package. But at one time I was carrying YouTube Live and a DirecTV package just because the NFL Sunday Ticket was still over there. Once NFL Sunday Ticket finished with DirecTV, that's when I moved off cable.
Okay.
Because the only thing that was left for me was pay-per-view boxing events, and you can buy those directly now.
YouTube, call us. I want a YouTube TV. I can be a spokesman.
You get. I mean, it's so much easier to only pay for stars when the shows I want to see is on.
I mean, you're making a lot of sense. But your original question was, what are my thoughts on it? My thoughts are, I agree with Charles Barkley. I agree with you. I'm just saying that I think we're trending in a direction where this is the new norm. Here's something that went under the radar. One of the first teams to do what I call the peacock trick was none other than Notre Dame. When they bought a contract with Peacock, I was like, what? What are they doing? What's going on? Nobody's going to watch that. It worked.
Of course.
So I think that branding.
Wait. Notre Dame is a big enough school. Notre Dame is a brand by itself that doesn't even have to have a conference. They don't even play in a conference. They be like, it's independent. It's the Power Five and then Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true. Notre Dame knows if they go undefeated, they go to the championship or they go to the playoff. All they got to do is go undefeated.
Yeah, so for sure they would negotiate their own TV deal or streaming rights or whatever. So I like that. But as NIL deals and everything come online, we're gonna see these schools begin to create their own platforms and opportunities to be able to make money off of their products. So it may be Peacock, it may be YouTube Live, it may be, I've tried them all. And I don't care what anybody says. Sony PlayStation Vue was the best streaming platform ever. They blew it by calling it PlayStation Vue. If they'd have called it like Sony TV or something, it have took off like hotcakes. They called it PlayStation Vue. All the adults thought it had something to do with a video game. Best platform out there. Fubo, I've tried them all. Fubo has a great platform for sports. It just doesn't have every channel that I need for the other things I watch in my life. So YouTube TV is where I'm at.
Yeah, because it's actually I was actually thinking of transitioning to YouTube TV and getting rid of because I have DirecTV Stream. I like DirecTV Stream, but I'm thinking about getting YouTube because I saw how you can personalize the feeds, and that would help me a lot on a lot of the research and stuff that we do as far as sports. I could just kind of set my little what you call it.
Now, this is what I will say. And I'm being completely honest. From a college sports standpoint, Fubo TV offers way more college sports and access to.
Tell me more about Fubo. I don't know anything about Fubo.
Fubo, I stayed away from a long time because I was like, it's just sports. It's just sports, but it's not. It's a platform with live TV. They got a DVR. You can do 4K. I did a free trial for access to one of the South Carolina games. One of the Gamecock games was on there this season, and that's how I got there. And it worked seamlessly on my computer. I was able to put it on my Fire Stick. I enjoyed everything about it except that it just didn't have some of the regular cable channels that I would watch. Maybe like a WeTV, a OWN, stuff like that, where I watch some of my guilty pleasures, like after lockup and growing up hip hop and that kind of stuff, right? So because it didn't offer those, I wasn't able to stick with it. But if it was just sports, or if I was in a position where I was just balling and I could have both, football is definitely what you want to have from a sports standpoint. And then I'm a big boxing fan, and they had a lot of boxing stuff that you don't get on regular streaming channels, regular streaming platforms.
So do they have? Is theirs? Do they count the number of devices you have it on? Because I heard you mention you get it on your computer, you get it on your tablet. Do they, after a certain amount, do they charge you more? Do you know?
I don't remember, but I think it was like a good amount that you could watch at the same time.
Okay.
That was one of the things that is why I made YouTube TV, because you can have more than one stream going. Some of the other streaming platforms get real restrictive, like one at a time and stuff like that. I know, like with NFL Sunday Ticket, even if I buy it for my household, I can only log into it one time, which I think is kind of crazy, because
they figure people.
What if everybody in my house? But what if everybody in my house is fans?
Right.
You know, we all different places, so I feel like that was kind of limiting. But
well, they did it now where they charge you more, because even on my NBA pass, they did that.
But the NFL does some stuff that's really limited, and I was really disappointed in the way the NFL interfered in Detroit's business this week. They should have let us, the Imagine Theater, go down and watch the game.
Yeah,
I didn't understand. I felt like there was a way there was a better way to partner in that. Like, this is a city that hasn't saw a playoff game in 30 years. There was a way to
bring that up.
There was a way to profit and there was a way to partner and profit off of that for both the NFL and Imagine Theaters. I just thought that was really dope. That would have been a great way to bring the community out and support the team, and just a good time out on this long weekend.
But doesn't this go back to what Charles Barkley was talking about? The NFL, they like the mafia of sports, man. They gonna run the show. They're gonna run the show. That's just what it is.
I mean, I get it, but at some point it's just like everybody run their own home. If they got it on and they streaming it, then that means they paid for it to be able to have it there. If I cut it on and 100 people want to watch it, so what? You still it does more for your brand. It would have done more for the NFL, for people to be able to go out and say, I went out and watched a great NFL game at Imagine Theaters. It brought people back out to the theaters, and maybe had people tune in that were kind of Fringe fans or weren't really NFL fans. It went a way long way. It would have went way farther for people to be able to tweet out all the fun that they had at a line, watching the Lions Rams at the theater. Than this.
Well, here's my question: says, what's the difference? Because you are a boxing fan, and I'm bringing this up for a reason. Is boxing? Are they allowed because it's more of a private? It's a negotiated term, because I remember back in the day where the big contests, the big boxing matches, they would have them showing at like nightclubs.
Well, I think you pay for that.
Yeah, but I'm saying so what's the difference if somebody?
But I think they bought it too. So BW3s. A lot of times BW3s, you can catch the pay-per-view fights there, right? BW3s, when the pay-per-view fight gets ready to start, I think they start to charge a copay at the door or something to get in, right? Because pay-per-view fights on that night. But BW3s pays hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to show these fights in their establishments.
So what you're saying, I guess that's what I'm saying. I understood that part, but I think you just answered my question in your response. So let's say if this game, the Lions versus the Rams, was on Peacock, we're not having this discussion because BW3s could say, I have a Peacock subscription, come watch the game. But if the movie theater says, we're buying a subscription and we're going to invite 300 people at a time, they say no. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand the dynamic of.
I think so. I think
the difference.
I think the gray area is that the way that you market it, like a watch party to watch the NFL game. If they would have just had a party and people came out to the party, and then the game just happened to be on the big screen behind me, and I wasn't selling it as an NFL watch party come play, then it's nothing that the NFL could say, right? I got my Peacock on, my cable on, whatever, I turned that on. When you start to market it as this event and use the NFL stuff, I think
that makes sense.
That's when it becomes an issue. You know, it's kind of like a gray area. But again, I think it's the same thing with like, I think the NBA is really good about allowing people to reuse their highlights and put them out on their platforms, and because they know that doesn't do anything but help them get clicks on their overall product. So I think the NFL, I mean, they could learn something there.
Yeah. Okay.
They could learn something there. Just like the gentleman that and I thought this was really cool. He bought like 1,000 Jared Goff jerseys. Did you hear about this?
Who?
There's a guy here in the D local, bought 1,000 Jared Goff jerseys, and he invited people with old Matthew Stafford jerseys to come down and turn them in. Bring your jersey, turn that one in, and we'll give you a Goff one because we rocking with Goff right now. Was his point. And he was going to take all of the Matthew Stafford jerseys that he got and donate them to a homeless shelter in LA where Matthew plays, because he said that's where people should wear Matthew Stafford's jersey in LA.
That's nice.
Don't you know that the NFL stepped in and said, absolutely not. You cannot, sir. And I didn't understand that, because if I bought 1,000 jerseys with my own money, I own them. If I want to give them away, why can't I? But maybe, and again, I think it came down to how he advertised it. This is the only thing I can think of. If I bought a jersey and I said to you, hey, man, I'll trade you that jersey. They trade jerseys on the field all the time at these NFL games.
So let's unpack this. So we're talking about the same league. That compensated owners for observing people that served in the military. Remember that came out. Because everybody wondered why the Lions never did it. And come to find out the teams were getting paid to do it.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
And now you're not. That's too much power. That's too much power.
For the way they explained on the news, that they gave a guy a call and asked him, not to do that. And what's his name on the news? Is it Charlie Langton? What's his name?
Yeah, Charlie Langton. Yeah.
Is he the attorney on the Fox News?
Yeah,
he was saying Charlie was like, hey, he would have made him have to. He'd have pushed back. Ow, these are my jerseys. I own them. I can do what I want to do. I can do what I want to do with them. What do you care?
Yeah,
what do you care? It was $1,000 worth of jersey sales for the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't like the idea of the
NFL is the mafia sports.
Maybe they didn't like the idea of the donation to the homeless shelter. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool.
What they didn't like is
they didn't
come up with that idea. Now I guarantee you, it might not be this year, but next year, watch the NFL have a jersey trading program, and you can do this and donate your jerseys to.
How is it any different than if you buy your jersey? I think it is with your like American Express
card. Yep.
Yeah, and then your player leaves within a year.
You know why? The difference is because I believe American Express is a partner of the NFL. That's the difference.
I know that they're a partner with they probably are a partner with everybody, but I know that they're definitely a partner with the NBA. Oh man, look at the Spirit of Detroit with the jersey on. Show out, City.
That's right. Woo, that hawk out there too.
Well, yeah, it's cold. It's cold out there, boy.
Okay, we got to talk about this one day. Does anybody watch the flag football game?
No, I've never watched flag football. I mean, if there's somebody to check into, let's check into it. Let me ask you this. Do you watch Gil's Arena?
No. You keep telling me I need to watch it. I'm going to subscribe to it.
Not only that, Gil, they had a shootout. Gil, I wouldn't do a shooting contest with Gilbert Arenas. And I didn't know. I didn't know a lot about Gil. But wow, I like this cat. I like his show. I like Gil's Arena. I like what they're doing. I love that they talk about everything. I like his nightcap with Shannon Sharp too.
Did you see the clip when Brandon Jennings said that he was the best player on the couch between all of them?
I saw that, but let me ask you this: did you see the clip between Rashad McCants and Patrick Beverly?
Yes, I did.
Talking about who quit at the tryout.
But here's my thing. Rashad McCants.
Hey, Patrick Beverly.
But I thought that, to me, Patrick Beverly argued too much. If you notice, right toward the end, he said, "Okay, I'm still in the league. I'm still playing here. Why aren't you there?" Like, that's your argument. That's fact. He can't. McCants has no rebuttal to that. Now, if you want to talk about back in the day, whatever happened, that's fine.
But I thought McCants is out of the league because of an injury, right?
Yeah, but regardless of that or what it is, if I'm in the league, Patrick Beverly is still in the league right now. If I'm in the league, why am I arguing about that type of stuff? I'll be like, you know what? You can have that. Whatever.
I mean, I feel you, but I guess what I like the most about the exchange is that they're as passionate and as emotional about those things as we are as fans. Like, you might think it's silly, like, man, y'all both was in the league, y'all both made y'all money, y'all both, but to see them really go at it like that, like it still mattered. Like, I just enjoy that stuff.
McCants is funny. When you hear
McCants is funny, period.
Yeah, when you hear McCants talk, I know when I first heard him talking, I had to look him up. I said, how many rings he got? And I'm like,
oh no, I listen. But what I like about McCants is you're not gonna move him off his opinion. His opinion is what it is.
Right.
He comes with the support that he has for it, and that's what it is. And
He
is a die-hard Kobe fan. I didn't know that about him until I started watching the show. But yeah, Gil's Arena is one of my favorites out there right now. I mean, you know, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Marcelo.
I just follow both of them on Instagram, so I'm gonna tune in more.
But yeah, Gil, especially because you're a basketball guy more than any other sport. Gil's Arena is I mean, it's some good ones out there, period. The Pivot, you know, but as far as like basketball, yeah, Gil is cracking me up right now.
So that's where we at?
Well, we at the half, man. We up 4.
Yeah, 4. So I'm sure I'll hear from you throughout.
What are you expecting? What are you expecting the next half to look like? And
okay, great question. I expect that if the Rams come out on this first possession and score,
because the Rams get the ball coming out of the half,
they get the ball coming out the half. I think if the Rams come out of here and score, Lions by 3. If they stop them, Lions by 10.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
I think that all the focus coming out of the Detroit locker room coming out of the half is going to be to get a 3 and out. I think that's going to just be important. I think we at the crib, we want to make a statement. We want to start the second half off right. We don't got the ball. So the way that we score on defense is to get that 3 and out or a turnover. So I want to see the team come out and jump right on the Rams offense and get a stop. And then let's just get rough with these guys. Let's just get physical with them. Let's get to running the ball and moving it around and banging with them. And just keep and try to make Matthew Stafford uncomfortable. He's been very comfortable.
Right.
He hasn't been shaken or rattled or they threw him around a little bit, but let's really get him off his square. But I expect the Rams are gonna keep showing up, man. Like I said, I feel like they got a championship pedigree just in their organization. So
I think Glenn figures it out, though. I think Glenn makes an adjustment. He was burned twice on a similar play. I think he takes that away. Hence the reason why if they stop him, like you mentioned, that's going to ignite the Lions to play a little bit of bully ball and get them. I expect Glenn to make a major adjustment, take away the middle of that field, and you open this game back up.
Well, I want to see him do something like remember the Titans and leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. I want to see something like, 37, 20. Let them only get 3 more points or something. But I know, I mean, these days all professionals and everybody wants to get to the next level, so everybody gonna play hard. On the way out, I'm gonna ask you this question because Gilbert Arenas gave us his smartest players he ever played against, and I want to know what you think about him. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Jason Kidd.
These are your 3?
That's Gilbert Arenas' 3.
One more time.
Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Jason Kidd.
His 3 smartest that he's ever played against. Well, I'm gonna have to go with those just because I would name some players that he may not have been matched up against. Like I would have put Tim Duncan in there. I thought he was a very intelligent player, but he wouldn't have been matched up with Gilbert Arenas. LeBron put him out the playoffs twice. I do know that much, at least twice. Jason Kidd, that was when he was that's when Jason Kidd made it cool to be a pass first guard again. And just being a
Jason Kidd is somebody we're gonna do a deep dive on because Jason Kidd is forgotten.
But if you recall, Jason Kidd was like he made it cool to pass the ball again.
Jason Kidd is one of my top 5 PGs. He's
absolutely.
He's one of those guys from
absolutely.
But forgotten about because of the off the court stuff that happened with him. I think he gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
Great basketball mind and underrated is the defense he played in Dirk getting that ring. So
yeah. And I mean Kobe, absolutely one of the most intelligent. I mean, come on. Kobe, if he was alive, Kobe Bean Bryant could tell you the signature moves and things and how he would stop certain players. Like he was very detailed on that. Like he would watch you and know like what your strong hand was, what your weak hand was, like which way. I mean, that's intelligence. That is, I mean,
But I also think that Kyrie is a very intelligent player. And Kyrie Irving is one of the smartest players out there. And I think Draymond's basketball IQ.
But hold on. So the 3 was, he said Kobe, Jason Kidd, and
LeBron.
Well, see, it sounds like Gilbert's talking about style of play intelligence. Because are you talking about just general intelligence in their life? Or are you talking about how they play as intelligence? I think it's a huge difference. Those 3 players that he mentioned, you saw the intelligence in their play.
These are the smartest players he played against. So we talking about play. We're not talking about in general.
Right, okay. So you were talking about playing. Okay.
You know who else I think is smart though?
Who?
T-Mac.
No, I think T-Mac was superiorly athletic.
You don't think his basketball IQ was up there, huh?
Nah. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, those 3 players he mentioned figured out ways to win with teams that you didn't think could win. Like the way they did.
Like, I think that.
Jason Kidd took that team to the finals. People forget about that. That team on paper, you weren't making it to the finals. Are you kidding me? The Nets? That was that. I mean, he was to me the rebirth of a coach on the floor. We started hearing that saying again with Jason Kidd.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that Jason's Nets career gets forgotten.
Yep.
And then they only think about the Jason Kidd that was in Dallas. But again, I feel like
no. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like if you go back and look at the Mavericks' road to the finals, I think Jason Kidd might have had to defend the best player on every team.
Absolutely. While still keep pushing the pace of the game.
Like, and he turned himself into such a good three-point shooter.
Sure did.
I'm gonna love to do a deep dive on him, but he's very overrated and definitely in my top 5. But just Gil got a lot of cool stuff out there.
Yep. All right, Seth.
Yes, sir. So I appreciate it. We're gonna check out this second half and rock with the city. I'll be checking in with you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications. Y'all know what it is. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon. We out.